Howdy. My name's Anna. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics brush set, which is these guys right here. So if you want to see how I got this look and what I think of these brushes, then just keep watching. All right, so jumping right in, these are the brushes. They come in this little case, and there's a squirrel in the window. We call him Nacho Gordo because he is a very round squirrel. Anyways, these are the brushes, and okay, so here was the thing that I was the most excited about. These are tiny. I feel like Blend Bunny gets it. They're like, oh, you want to do cool things on your eyes? You're gonna need tools that actually can make that happen. And so I am so excited because, here, and I'll just take this plastic off. This is gonna be noisy. All right, so these are the 5 brushes that come in the set. And let me just show you compared to, I'll just grab some random eye brushes that I have here. Okay. So these are actually some of my favorite brushes. So they're pretty small, but even in comparison to those, they're pretty small. I'm very excited to see noise. I'm very excited to see how these do. The other thing about these, they actually color-coded the handles. So it's supposed to give you kind of a guide for, whoops, for your lightest color to your deepest color of shadow. So we will sort of try to go with that today. I'm trying to decide whether I want to try to do this all with just these. I think that's probably the way to go. Let's just try that. Let's see what we can accomplish with just these brushes and go from there. So well, first I'll show you. I'm using of course, the Blend Bunny Cosmetics lens palette, like so. And then the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette, like so. So those are what I'm going to be pulling from today and using. Let's zoom in and get started. Let's start with darkest and go out to the lightest. And I'm gonna do kind of a purpley pinky thing to go with the wig today. So I'm going to start with this deep purple in the Surge palette, shade right here called Covet. And I'm going to put that in the outer. And yeah, let's do the inner as well. All right, and then going in with the next. And these, so far feel very soft. They're very soft to the touch. And I believe these are synthetic. All right, next, and I think I'm mostly gonna be using the Surge palette today. I'm going into the color that's called Stay. And this brush is even smaller than the last. And I'm actually gonna go around that whole thing, just around the edges, out. All right. That is blending I mean, part of it is these shadows are really good. So the next brush in succession, I think I'll start leaning into a little bit more of the pinker tones. And this is the shade Promise from the Original Blends palette. And again, I'm gonna just go on the entire outer bits of what I just did. Blend that out. Yeah, it's hard to know. These are working really well, and I love that they're tiny, but it is hard to know whether it's just that the shadows are really good, which they are, or if the brush is enhancing that. I mean, I think honestly, just the size does it for me. Like, I'm sold because of the shapes and sizes. And they are really soft. Like, I haven't felt any prickles or any terrible things. All right, and then going back to the Surge palette with the next brush and going into cheeks. Again, blending on the outside of what we've done so far. I'm joining it actually over. And then there's the lightest brush, which I think actually I want to go in with that hot pink. And we'll see how this does. I'm gonna go into Charged here, and I'm gonna throw that in the center. It's very kind of bright, but light with this particular brush. Yeah, that's interesting. So this color is not showing up as pigmented as I think it could, but I think it is because of this fluffy brush, and so it makes total sense that this is the lightest one, and if you want the lightest amount of pigment, use this one. That's kind of brilliant, I think. And I am gonna bring this just all the way very lightly around all the edges here. Hi, Editing Anna here. So my camera threw a tiny little tantrum for the next little bit, and I left it in because if you wanted to watch the tutorial, I wanted to leave it in for that with some creative editing. But if you want to skip ahead past the little camera tantrum, then go to this timestamp. Okay, back to the video. All right, I am going to see, let's see, which one of these is sort of the most packed. I think it's either going to be the third or fourth brush, and I think the third brush, the one that I was just using, has a bit of a pointier top, so I'm actually going to use that for all of my lower lash line, and I'm going to go into a few different colors. I'm going to try a thing, and hopefully this doesn't go horribly wrong. Let's see. Okay, going back into Stay. I'm just going to put that in the outer corner and then down onto my lower lash line just a little bit. This might even be a little too big for my particular eye shape for this, but we're gonna try it. If this is successful, that's gonna be a miracle, because I have such a hard time getting into that little corner. These shadows are just so good. I feel like I need to try these brushes on shadows that aren't quite so amazingly blendable, but all right. Now, using my color switch, wipe that off, and I'm just gonna go neon. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go into Pulse and continue along that trajectory. just gonna go along the line here and into Charged. I think my eyes are gonna be too small for what I wanna do, but that's fine. It'll work. We'll make it work. Just having fun. Okay, continuing that along. Just kind of lightly. Ooh. Yeah, see, look at how much more pigmented it is with this brush that is more packed. Okay, yeah, I'm so excited about these brushes. Like, so excited. So far, so good. Just saying. Because, yeah, that packed much more pigment than on the top with the different brush. I see what you did. I see what you did there, Blend Bunny, and I'm very much here for it. All right, so that same brush, which I think this is becoming one of my favorite brushes of all time. First impression, I know, but still. So far. All right, now we're gonna go into Power. So yeah, it's a little bit large for my lower lash line, or what I generally want to do, but it's not terrible. That's some good pigment. All right. Last but not least for this portion, going into Shocked. Such a fun shade. And these are not showing up quite as neon. And these are blacklight reflective, by the way. I do have a video with a full review on this Surge palette, which I've mostly used today. I think I dipped into 1 or 2 shades from the Blends palette. But this Surge palette, I do have a video and I'll put up a card to that. Anyways, taking that Shocked shade, and I'm going to put that right here, like so. Dipping in again. There we go. Woo! Okay. That's fun. I think I'll use the 4th brush, so the second to the lightest. It's like a little fluffier, and I want to do a little bit of a shimmer. I think maybe this one, it is called Flash. I'm gonna take that brush and I just want sort of a light dusting of a shimmer right on my brow bone there. Oh yeah, totally. Subtle and pretty. You can see it there. All right. I could just leave it like this, I think. Put some liner on and then be done with it. You know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it like this because I like it. All right, I'm gonna finish this up and do the rest of my face, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. All right, I am back. And okay, so something that I noticed while I was doing the other eye is when I'm filming a tutorial, the combination of trying to stay in frame and see in the mirror and use things actually makes it a lot harder. And some of the struggle that I was having actually getting that brush to, you know, be precise on my lower lash line was actually a lot easier when I could really focus and have the mirror up close and, you know, not have to worry about being in frame. So that being said, I think that actually that brush, because I was going to say that like this set, I was like 9 out of 10, you know, I would want like a little bit smaller brush for, and this is me being like super, super picky, because honestly, I was able to get the look, and like I said, it was easier on the eye where I didn't have to focus on being like being in frame and stuff. But it actually is, you know, it's pretty small. That is still, even so, the only thing that I would want Like add one brush that's like half this size into the set and it's perfect. Like 10 out of 10. I think you can get almost any eye look with it. But I have to say this was so easy. I think that the 5 different handle shades corresponding with, you know, how to use the different shades of eyeshadow really did work. I mean, you could see when I did that really bright hot pink with the fluffier, lightest brush, it was a lighter application. And then when I used the denser brush, it was a more bold application. Oh, there's a dog friend that wants to come say hi. Monkey, come here. Come on. She's like, no, I'm good. Okay. Let's try that again. All right, well, that was some chaos for a second. Anyways, I think it was a really good idea to color code these. The only thing is, I don't know, for me, I have a hard time deciphering between the 3rd and 4th one. Like, they seem kind of similar to me. Like, these two right here, whoops, these two right here, I have a hard time telling which is which. I mean, yeah, if you look at it, you can, but at first glance, it's a little tough. Whatever. Again, this is me being very picky. I am thrilled with these brushes. And like I said, Blend Bunny, like, knows what we want and knows what we need and delivers. I have loved every single product that they have put out that I have gotten. And I think it's just the 3. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, well done. These feel great on the eyes. They're not pokey. They don't hurt. Yeah, very small. I mean, the biggest, fluffiest brush is, here, let's compare it to one of my here, this is just a random fluffy brush that I use, Crease Brush, or transition, you know, shade brush. And man, I'm into it. I love it. For me, I have these very small eyes, very hooded, deep set eyes, and oh, these were so easy to use and so nice. And they did blend just really well. I mean, this is such a pretty look, and it was so easy, just like effortless, especially when I wasn't trying to film, of course. And I could really focus and have the mirror up close. My eyesight is not what it used to be, so having it up close, the mirror up close was a lot easier. So yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm so thrilled that I picked these up. I actually highly recommend these. If you are trying to up your eyeshadow game and you want to do a little bit more intricate looks and you want to be able to have a little bit more control with what you're doing, I highly recommend this. And I did look up the price, and this set was $32. $32 for these 5 brushes. Run, don't walk. I'm not kidding. This is a great deal. Like, such a great deal. Blend Bunny, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very excited about these. The one thing that I did wonder about is that their eyeshadows are so good and so easy to blend that I wonder if other eyeshadows wouldn't, you know, it would be interesting to experiment with that, but you know, the combination together is just, mwah, oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. I'm pretty sure you will see these brushes in tutorials in the future, like a lot. I think like these are going into my main makeup brush thing. I have like different tiers of makeup brushes. This is my like favorites because look at this case. It's so fancy. It was like really cheap because it's just plastic, but it's my fancy brushes, and that's where I put all my favorite brushes. These brushes, let's just ceremoniously do this. Wow, there's no room, but I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, they're going in the good brush pile. Anyways, that was my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, I'd love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed already, I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified about future videos that I post. Again, thank you for being here. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.